I'll be saying Quetzalcoatl, or at least I'll be trying to say that as we go forward, because it didn't look like there was that much interest in naming the GF, so I'm going to leave them as the default. And Shiva, we have seen many times, Hindu god of destruction, which in Final Fantasy lore became a goddess. I'm not exactly sure all the powers of Shiva, but I assume shape-shifting might be one of them. The tutorial covers all aspects of gameplay. That is not the case. This tutorial can also be accessed through the regular menu at any time during the game. That is true, though. We get the tutorial in the menu. It's kind of strange that we can constantly look at how to play the game. This seems to be a game that is trying to introduce people to the Final Fantasy franchise, because they go in a ton of detail throughout these tutorials. From everything from what HP stands for to what an attack does. It's way too in detailed. You notice that the card game rules are here, though. The card game is not necessarily vital to you beating the game, but I would say it is very important and will definitely help you out in the long run. You do want to play the card game, and if you lose early on, sorry, you have to reset. Because the card game is so important. But we're not going to go over the tutorial. We'll go over that as I go forward. I do want to look at the basics, though, because there is some good information here. Not too much, but at least some. Let's find out about magic, known as paramagic. Magic used by ordinary people is actually paramagic. In essence, it is a technique which involves controlling energy. That's somewhat of an explanation. Paramagic was developed by Dr. Odine. He was the first scientist to research the nature of magic by studying a sorceress. We will find out more about Dr. Odine much later. Sorceress, though, that's a word that kind of sticks out. The skill can be gained through proper training. However, with magic, it is difficult to achieve power levels that are comparable to conventional weapons. In other words, even if you have a ton of magic, just attack will probably do more damage. But what I really want to find out about here are the Guardian Forces. Tell me what a Guardian Force is. These things are insanely crucial to your progress in the game. Without Guardian Forces, you will lose, and you will lose often. A Guardian Force is an independent energy force. By combining it with paramagic, it is possible to control tremendous energy. Memory loss is a possible side effect, but this has not been proven as of yet. One more thing here, the sorceresses. Can you tell me a little bit about what a sorceress is? A sorceress is a woman who has inherited the power of a sorceress. Thank you for your descriptive details about what a sorceress is. The origins of the sorceress go back to ancient times during Hein's reign. However, there's no factual evidence. Period. Done. We don't know. You could have just said, I don't know. That would have been just as good. Let's find out a little bit about Garden. We'll skip a lot of this, but tell me a little bit about Balam Garden here. This is where we are. There are 3 gardens, Trebia and Galbadia being the other ones, but I want to know about Balam Garden. The headmaster here is Sid Kramer. This is Sid. He's been in damn near every Final Fantasy to this point, depending on if you count 1, then all of them. And then we have the garden proprietor, Master Norg. You have to capitalize his name. He has so much money, I guess. Balam Garden was the first garden built in accordance with Headmaster Sid's ideals and dreams. Alright. That makes a little sense, maybe. At least we get to see that there is a Sid. Tell me what a seed is. I'm apparently trying to become a seed. What is that? A seed is Balam Garden's mercenaries. Commanding Guardian Forces, they have special fighting abilities, they work in small teams and operate all over the world. So we're mercenaries. We are training to become mercenaries. I will be the best mercenary you have ever seen. There is one message, one mission as well. One message that I want to read from Garden simply because I love it. Tell me about the cafeteria. Tell me about the hot dogs. The competition for the hot dogs and meals is really getting out of hand. We are doing our best to provide everyone with enough food, so please be patient and conduct yourselves in an orderly fashion. Thank you. As you well know, magic and weapons are prohibited inside the cafeteria. Do not fight over our hot dogs. How good are these damn hot dogs? All right, tell me about the school festival committee. No, yes, there. It's so important it gets its own screen. This has got to be good. Tell me about what is going on with the school festival. Thanks for looking at this page, but there won't be any updates for a while. That's because I, the Garden Festival chair, will be leaving Garden. I did not strive to be a seed, and I won't even graduate. I devoted all my time to the Garden Festival, my passion. But in the end, there was no Garden Festival. That's 'cause no one volunteered to help out. But I have only myself to blame. I thought I alone could pull it off. I'll be starting a new life, but I sincerely hope someone will take over the Garden Festival Committee. Goodbye, Balham Garden, Wimbley Donner. And so Wimbley Donner will never be heard from again. It's so weird to me that she would be so overly dramatic about that. I guess this is technically high school, although probably college or university would be a closer representation. But still, it's weird that she would be so overly enthusiastic about something that she asked for no help on and then abandoned. So weird. So, we do have 2 Guardian Forces with us. We will equip those at some point, for those of you that do know the game. For those of you that don't, I don't know what you're talking about. Let's head over here and scare people off. How you doing, Quistis? You haven't been to the fire cavern yet, have you? You won't be able to take part in today's seed exam if you don't pass this prerequisite. I was gonna go this morning, but severed. Do you have a good excuse? I was passed out in the doctor's office. Not really. Apparently that's not good enough. Then let's get going. If you're not too confident yet, you can review your studies at the study panel. I'll be waiting at the front gate, so come down when you're ready. You can access the study panel from your seat. They do really emphasize all the things that you need to know. So if you're trying to blast through this game, feel free to only read the blue things that they point out to you there. I'm so jealous. Maybe I should take up that subject too. What the hell are you talking about? Should anything happen to Instructor Trepp, the Treppies will get you back. Treppies? Really? Alone with Instructor Trepp? Wow. I don't think I've ever heard him snap before. Huh. Didn't know he did that. Apparently, there is a group of students that love our teacher, known as the Treppies, because her name is Quistis Trepp. I'm late! Wah! You okay? There. I'm fine. Sorry, I was kind of in a hurry. Oh yeah, hey, did you just come from that class? Is homeroom over? Oh no! This place is so much bigger than my last garden. Oh hey! I just transferred here. Do you think you could give me a quick tour of this garden? Now, some people don't like this. I have no problem with this. Yeah, I will give you a tour. Yeah, sure. Woohoo! All right, let's go. We'll take the elevator to the first floor lobby, and I'll show you the directory. I bet you will, won't you, Leo? Now, in this game, when you have a party member, just like in Dragon Warrior, Dragon Quest, they kind of follow you around. They just kind of do whatever you do. Now, if you remember, Quistis said that whoever did not pass the written exam needed to stay in the classroom. I do want it pointed out that there is indeed no one here. Apparently, everybody passed the written exam, which is kind of weird, considering that the written exams in this game can be quite tough. Spoiler, we're going to be taking written exams in this game. Luckily, I have a guide. I have many guides, but we'll go over that later. Do you have anything to say? Hey, Leo, I heard you still have one more unit to finish. The fire cavern, right? Man, that place is hot. Really? Fire cavern is hot? Well, good luck. Go get yourself a GF. I got 2. Well, oh, weren't they conducting the final seat exam today? I'll have to try even harder. I heard only 12 people made it last year. I kind of cut her off, but that's what she said. Only 12 people. It looks like there were only 9 people in my class, so I should be fine. Now this guy, even if you don't have this transfer student with you, this is somebody that you definitely want to talk to. Oh hey, would you like to have these? My brother gave me these cards, but they're really not my thing. You can have them if you'd like. What? How do you play a card game? I think it'd be best to look at the card game explanation in the tutorial. I don't know much about it really. If you want to play cards with someone, talk to them by pressing square, but keep in mind not everyone is a card player. Here in the garden though, a lot of people lie about that kind of stuff and you have to fulfill certain requirements. Anyway, oh, and by the way, I don't play, so don't bother challenging me. And we have received 7 cards. Now, I'm actually going to be going over the card game before we go over the battle system because I have the opportunity, to be honest with you. Let's go over what cards I have. I have 7 cards. As you can see here, they have 4 numbers on them. If we're looking at the top right here, I have a Gizzard. And it's got 1 on the top, 5 on the left, 4 on the right, 1 on the bottom. And all the cards have kind of different numbers. The numbers on the bottom right are just how many cards I have. I have 7 monster cards, 0 boss cards, 0 GF cards, and 0 player cards. Player cards are indeed something you can do in this game. It's kind of weird. Red bat, pretty good. The higher the numbers, the better. I will tell you that, and we'll go over how they are used in a bit. I won't be doing too much of the card game on screen. I'll just kind of be pointing out key things that you need to do, but I will be playing the card game a lot in this game.